So here's a fun fact that you might find either completely revolting or maybe somewhat comforting. We can never truly be alone. In fact, we provide a home for a plethora of microorganisms. The human gut lining alone consists of 10 to 100 trillion microbial cells. That actually outnumbers human cells. The home for these microbes is called the gut microbiota, and it consists of up to 1,000 different species of not only bacteria, but also fungi, viruses, and archaea. Over the past 2 decades, there's been a drastic increase in research on the gut microbiome. As a result, more people have become aware that gut health is something they should pay attention to, just as they would with any other organ. This surge in interest has led to probiotic foods and supplements flooding the shelves of supermarkets and health stores, all promising to boost immunity and general well-being. And with the hype continuing to grow and the market only expanding, more and more companies are turning to probiotics to claim their share of the industry. A few years ago, at least in the Western world, many people wouldn't have heard of kimchi and kombucha. But nowadays they seem to be pretty common household names. So why have these probiotic foods gained such popularity? And do people actually know how their consumption benefits them? My interest in gut health began when I made my first sourdough starter in 2019. Around this time I was watching a lot of videos about homebrewing and lacto-fermenting, and I found it fascinating how we could just cultivate good microbes to not only enhance the flavour of our foods, but also make them healthier. However, it wasn't until recently that I started to question how these microbes actually benefit us. This curiosity led me to believe that other people might find this topic as intriguing as I do, but I wasn't so sure. So to find out, I took to the streets of Manchester to interview people and get a better understanding of what they might know about gut health. Let's find some people. Woo! What do you know about gut health?
Not a lot. I know that every now and then I'll drink a ginger shot or something like that to help.
It was like your whole mood as well.
Yeah.
I know it's like really important for you, but I don't necessarily know why.
Okay.
Like it's it's like really important, and it's all about bacteria and all the stuff inside you.
I know there's good and bad bacterias.
Okay.
I know different DNA can help or not help you with certain things.
So I know that the gut microbiome is incredibly important to overall human well-being, and that everything from your mood, your kind of autoimmune responses, and general wellness is affected by the trillions of microbes that reside within our digestive tract.
I know eating lots of different vegetables is good for you.
Yes.
Stress is bad for your gut.
Yeah. Do you know the difference between a probiotic and a prebiotic?
Never heard of a prebiotic, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
No.
One's probably before and one's not. So isn't one? It like promotes it is bacteria or like already, and then one of them promotes more bacteria to grow, I guess.
You said you didn't know anything. That's exactly right.
Well,
do you take your gut health into consideration when buying and eating food?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
I do. I actually make my own probiotic yogurt.
Oh, really?
I make my own probiotic yogurt using a bacteria strain called Lactobacillus reuteri.
So I'd buy stuff to make my gut health better,
Okay.
but if someone told me delicious stuff is bad for my gut, I'd still eat it.
Okay. Do you know how your gut microbiome can have an effect on your immune system and just like general health?
I've heard it before, but I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Can it sort of affect your like autoimmune diseases?
Yeah.
Because I have psoriasis, so I'm conscious about my gut health.
I think you have to
Holistic.
have a good gut health to be able to function properly. I know. Yeah, I feel like I know it can affect it because if something's not right with your gut health, then it will affect your whole health of your body. Like it's important.
Yeah.
But not necessarily the direct relationships between everything. I don't know enough about that, I suppose.
Out of the 16 people I spoke to, only one seemed highly knowledgeable about the topic. Another 5 had some understanding, but the rest didn't seem to know much at all. A lot of people said that they knew looking after your gut is important and that it does affect your health, but they weren't exactly sure how or why. So clearly there's a few gaps in public knowledge about gut health, and hopefully I can help fill in a few of those by the end of this video. I reckon it's time to talk about some microbes now. But why talk about them when you can talk to them? That's right, for this segment we sent a reporter down to the gut microbiome to investigate the scene. So, Kiana, how's it looking down there? Kiana? Kiana, can she hear us? What's going on? Hello? Yes, hello! I'm coming to you live from the gut microbiota, and I must say, the journey down here was pretty treacherous. Even managed to break my glasses along the way. But, first impressions of this place, I must say, it's pretty funky, and I'm talking less Studio 54, more blue cheese. I am completely surrounded by microbes right now, and they appear to be waving back at me. Is that normal? Do they do that? Are they supposed to do that? Oh, hello. Who are you?
I'm Lactobacillus.
Well, hi Lactobacillus. There appear to be quite a few of you around here.
Yeah, well, it's summer, so our host is really into yogurt bowls.
Right, that makes perfect sense. Would you mind telling us a bit more about yourself?
Well, of course. Like I said, the name's Lactobacillus. We are a gram-positive, non-spore producing bacteria and part of the Firmicutes phylum, alongside our also very abundant distant cousin, Faecalibacterium.
Gram-positive? What exactly does that mean?
It refers to our cell wall structure. Unlike human cells, we have cell walls.
Like plant cells?
Yes, like plant cells, although the structure of our cell walls is very different to that of the plants. Their cell walls are made of cellulose. Ours are made of a macromolecule called peptidoglycan. Gram-positive bacterial cells have a thick layer of peptidoglycan in their cell walls, whereas gram-negative cells have a thin layer.
Very interesting. I must say, it's pretty dingy down here. How do you guys survive in these conditions?
Well, we form biofilms.
Biofilms?
Yeah, so we attach ourselves to the intestinal lining and form a colony across it. This close-knit structure protects us from enzymes, antibiotics, and anything else that might be out to get us. Also, with us colonising this space, there's less lining available for the more opportunistic of us microbes, like Bacteroides fragilis over there.
Hey, that's not fair. We help out when we can. For example, we can break down dietary fibres and resistant starches into short-chain fatty acids that the host can actually use.
Well, most of us can do that.
Okay, and we produce polysaccharide A, which is important for immune system function and development, specifically the activation of T-cell dependent immune responses.
They love to give us little guys a bad rap, don't they?
Wait, E. coli? I thought you were a pathogenic bacterium.
Actually, only a few of my strains are dangerous. For the most part, we're pretty harmless. In fact, we also produce short-chain fatty acids and even lend a hand in vitamin K production.
Who's that? Over there?
That's bifidobacteria. Used to run the place when the host was young. They really enjoyed the sugars in breast milk. Weirdos. They're still of use though. Like many of us, they produce short-chain fatty acids. Big producer of acetate, which helps the rest of us grow. They're also a producer of folate.
I think that might be my cue to get out of here. I wish I had longer to meet you all, but it's truly been a pleasure. Anyway, I need to find a way out of here. Back to you, Kiana, in the studio. Thank you so much for that, Kiana, and I hope she gets out of there okay. One of the main ways gut bacteria positively impact our health is through the production of short-chain fatty acids. These are the primary end products of bacterial metabolism, mainly derived from non-digestible polysaccharides, dietary fibres, and resistant starches in the large intestine. The three main short-chain fatty acids produced are acetate, butyrate, and propionate, with acetate being the most abundant, representing around 60% of short-chain fatty acids in most humans. Short-chain fatty acids contribute to human health in various ways. They can mediate anti-inflammatory effects on the immune system using multiple mechanisms. One example of this would be their ability to inhibit the NF-kappa B pathway, a major signaling pathway in inflammatory responses. As well as suppressing inflammatory responses, butyrate also serves as a primary energy source for human colonocytes, which are the cells lining the colon. Additionally, it plays a crucial role in many metabolic functions, including maintaining the mucus layer lining the gut, modulating oxidative stress, and promoting programmed cell death in colon cells, which has anti-carcinogenic effects. Alongside butyrate, acetate also plays a role in maintaining the gut's mucus lining. It does this by increasing the expression of proteins called mucins. And propionate contributes to glucose synthesis in the liver and intestine, and is generally associated with energy metabolism. It also plays a role in appetite regulation through gut-brain communication. Gut microbes can also play a part in the production of some vitamins, for example, vitamin K, and many vitamin B groups, such as vitamin B12, folate, and riboflavin. So these are just a few of the many ways that gut microbes lend us a hand. But how is any of this connected to the development of certain diseases? A key term for this portion of the video is dysbiosis. One of the main ways commensal gut microbes protect us from disease is by simply existing. When harmless and beneficial bacteria colonize the gut, they leave less opportunity for pathogenic ones to grow and become virulent. Dysbiosis refers to an imbalance in the microbiome, whether this is due to a lack of beneficial bacteria or an overgrowth of pathogenic ones. This imbalance can be caused by many different things, including poor diet, smoking, antibiotic use, and even stress, to name a few. Dysbiosis has been implicated in the development of many diseases, communicable and non-communicable. A lower gut microbiome diversity has been observed in people with various diseases, one of which being colorectal cancer. Colorectal cancer is the third most common type of cancer, and like most, its risk only increases with age. Patients with colorectal cancer tend to have fewer butyrate-producing bacteria and higher levels of pathogenic opportunistic ones. Butyrate plays a critical role in suppressing pro-inflammatory genes and tumour growth, so a decrease in its production can contribute to the development of cancerous colonic cells. An increase in opportunistic bacteria can also activate pro-inflammatory effects on the immune system, which can also boost cancer risk. More recently, gut health has also been linked to breast cancer development. Certain gut bacteria influence estrogen levels by producing an enzyme called beta-glucuronidase. In the intestine, this enzyme deconjugates estrogen that was tagged for excretion, leading to its reabsorption into the bloodstream and the activation of estrogen receptors. The overactivation of these receptors can contribute to cell overgrowth, playing a role in the progression of breast cancer development. Another health condition linked to gut health is obesity. Short-chain fatty acid production plays a role in appetite regulation. High-fibre diets have been shown to reduce appetite, possibly due to increased short-chain fatty acid production, which stimulates the secretion of the hormone GLP-1. This hormone plays a key role in appetite and digestion regulation, as it stimulates insulin secretion and inhibits glucagon secretion. It also helps signal satiety to the brain, and weight loss drugs such as Ozempic often mimic the functions of this hormone. Interestingly, recent studies have found a link between gut health and certain neurological diseases. This relatively newer area of research shows that short-chain fatty acids can contribute towards serotonin biosynthesis by inducing the expression of tryptophan 5-hydroxylase 1, an enzyme crucial for serotonin production, approximately 80 of which occurs in the gastrointestinal tract. Hippocrates once said that all diseases begin in the gut, and whilst this comment might be slightly exaggerated, there's certainly some truth behind it. As we've explored today, gut health plays a significant role in overall human health, and can definitely contribute towards the development of various diseases. When the gut microbiome is in dysbiosis, it creates an opportunity for numerous health issues to arise. From the overgrowth of pathogenic bacteria leading to illness, to a lack of short-chain fatty acid production, which can contribute towards the development of various cancers. Maintaining a healthy gut is all about balance, like most things in life. So just remember, whenever you feel alone, you're not, and you never will be. Take care of your gut, and your gut will take care of you.